Upon this wonderful evening, we shall discuss religion, which is nothing but a reliance system. We shall delve into theologies, worldviews, which is nothing but ways of perceiving the world from your own point of view, from your own relative position within space and time. That, groups of people come together, create forms of logic, communications, ways to practically do things to deal with thoughts and feelings, desires, circumstances, aka just having a way of conducting yourself so when you carry yourself in the world, you look like you're a part of the world and you don't look like you're doing anything crazy. So this comes to the NPC, the non-player character. This comes into the bot, the sheep, the robot, to the point that it's so deep that you might be so convinced in a logical form of a construct that you used to view the world, aka you might be a patriot, you might be a liberal, you could be a Democrat, you could be a Republican, you can choose team A or team B, but you need to understand that in some way, shape, or form, you're catering to actually a denomination that actually caters to a vice or a virtue. So if you like being too righteous, you can go to Islam. If you like being too lovey-dovey, we can have Jesus. Oh, I love Jesus. Getting lost in the Venus energy, the love energy, things like that. So guess what? The shadow government, aka the people that secretly govern your mind, the people that secretly govern your subconscious, have the whole block sold up. So if you go left and right, up and down, you're going to be lost in one of their variables, one of their operational variables. And that's why when, for example, black people, a lot of them, when they go to jail, my friend his name will be Tyrone. Come out of jail, brother, my name is Abdul Karim As-Salam. And now I study this and I do that. And brother, you need to follow the Honorable Elijah Muhammad because blah, 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 blah. Another indoctrination. So people will be indoctrinations. People will be relying on exoteric energies as crutches for their esoteric energy. But if you understand anything, you understand that everything you understand your own subjectivity. You understand that we all have a subjective nature about us. So what do I mean by that, right? You have your own way of receiving information, learning, knowledge, whatever you want to call it, influences and stuff like that, as far as how you perceive the world, as far as how you put two and two together, as far as, how we perceive information in our daily lives. Now, if I can give you a construct, if I can give you a way of viewing the world, you need to understand that your mind will organize the information in your environment to be perceived in that particular way, to the point that you have people actually telling you, oh, I saw Jesus in my dream, or I saw Jesus in real life, or I saw Muhammad in real life, because they used what? The right brain energy, speculation. When you close your eyes, where do? You go to your dreams, visions, thoughts, feelings, the things that you see, the things that you feel. So in that world, if you program it and correlate it with what's exoteric outside of us and shit like that, then your internal realm is going to look like that. And whatever program that is ran by that esoteric golem, by that esoteric thought and feeling, it's going to be chasing you, and it's going to be some insecurity that you're using that as a thing to run away with, or using that as a mental crutch. But you doing that in the wrong way from the perspective of not actually using these words like a bitch, like relying on these words. Like if you understand what words are, because there's multiple ways to affect your chakras. We're always having our chakra affected by the cycle of the day and night, and we're learning how to create some form of equilibrium. So when these experiences are experienced through us and stuff like that, when we receive that influence, we're able to have that not be so catastrophic and shit like that, mentally and physically. So you get shot or whatever like that, in whatever way, you're like, oh no, I'm weak. Oh no. You're scared. You're scared to death. So it's like we can't be scared of that place, because that's a place we naturally go to all the time, on all dimensions. When you go to sleep, when you go between your thoughts and feelings, when you express yourself externally and you go back internally, when you go inside of a room, outside of a room, I could get into it and get into monad and tell you, okay, yeah, zodiac signs A and B, C, 1, 2, because these are computer language systems, 0 and 1s. So if you understand what you're actually doing, you can create sequences, lines of events for people to travel through, narratives, to the point that you can get people to live their life like Jesus, try to sacrifice themselves for people. But most people just use Jesus as a way to wash their hand, to do more bullshit, to do more shit that's correlated with it, to try to get their desire. And what do religion tell people? It tells you, oh, you're the superior race. What do these modern day Hebrews, Israelis tell them? It says, oh, you're the superior race. Even the modern day black ones. They try to tell themselves, oh, you're the superior race. No, you're just humankind, and you're just a different expression of humankind. And that's all it is. Other than that, you got spirits that are just more aware than other spirits, and spirits that are not aware like other spirits. And it's just a spiritual race of evolution and stuff like that. And in society, rulers get together. Like politicians get together. Politicians view citizens as a commodity. So what you think is happening when you're in a religion? You are a commodity that's just being traded in a slave system. You're enslaved on every intellectual level. Little do you know, both linguistically left brain, nor do most people are able to understand legal fiction, nor are they able to use these things. These things are being used against you. Most people don't even use these things for themselves and shit like that, right? And it's crazy because it's like we just giving up all this generational wealth for some people that are really parasitical, really bloodsuckers, really don't got no intentions, no shape or form or way of actually assisting, some other people in life in an equalized way. I gotta take more. And that's where the practice of bargaining and gaining system, being an esoteric narcissist, taking more and giving less. Because what does the law say? The law says, give and you shall receive. So if you're somebody online who's a teacher, if you're somebody online who's enlightened and stuff like that, and you're teaching, you're giving knowledge, you're naturally going to receive back. And that plays out in every way. You give a seed water, you're going to get back some form of fruit. And that's what we're sowing and reaping based on our observations and stuff like that. But people be lost in like religious observations and stuff like that, right? So they got names, for example, because we be worshiping deities and gods. They got like corporations. Now these different corporations, these different corpses, you gotta understand that these are just spaces within spaces, right? So just like how you have your body, you got your heart chakra, you got your sacral chakra, you got your travel chakra and shit like that, you got your third eye chakra and shit like that. First eye chakra, really, because this is really the first eye. This is not the third eye. This is the first eye. This is the second and third eye right here, but this is the first eye. But it's really a travel of a spirit and becoming aware of different chakras and wheels and parts of your aspect of yourself. That's why they get you lost in these different signatures. Allah, I'm going to get you to worship my signature behind that energy. So I'm going to get you to unknowingly worship the sun and the moon and exalt my program, my thoughts and feelings, my spaceship through your energy by you giving up your space and what you're regenerating to my shit. Like, this shit is deep. Think about how you give people attention. Attention is energy. That's energy that you can do whatever you want to do with. So if you're standing in a concession stand giving a speech, whether that energy is fear or love, whether you're a president, prime minister, people hate you or dislike you, that's just energy that you can transmute. And you can make people feel bad about themselves. Oh, look at you guys. These are demonic. You should feel bad about yourself. And if you got internal forms of insecurities, like you're inadequate, you're not good enough, there's all types of shit that they can haunt you with. You know how many generational curses these motherfucking Jews have unleashed upon this goddamn parameter? Fuck these niggas. These niggas need to be stripped off their goddamn privilege. Nigga, you shouldn't even be thinking and feeling. We should put you in a jail. You should be reduced back to a goddamn earlier shape and form. A goddamn grass leaf or some shit like that. And goddamn somewhere where your ass could learn. Real shit. I'm telling everybody the goddamn robots and shit like that. But yeah, see, whether it's singular or plural. So you got Krishna. All these goddamn names. I get tired of seeing all these fucking names. Jesus, the Son, fucking Muhammad, Apollo, Hercules, whatever, plural or singular, pantheon or a singular god, oneness, all these things are just representations of the different spaces, the different aspects. So you can tell me that you worship Allah, for example, but you actually are describing the attributes of the characteristics within Allah. So just like how you got desires, just like how you got passions, just like how you got things that you love, value, and appreciate. You can say, oh, God love humanity. Because, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you want to, however you want to put it. You understand that these are expressions that we're putting based on understanding the 360. So God is both life and death, day and night. Whatever bias that you have, that you look at the filter of the 360, that we all come to as objectivity from your bias point of view, you need to understand that not everybody is into that. Not everybody give a fuck about no Bible. Not everybody give a fuck about no Quran. Not everybody give a fuck about no Talmud. Nobody give a fuck about none of these things. You give these things energy and respect and deify these things. So if I bring a Bible and I drop that shit, you're like, oh, you get stunned, you start feeling all types of ways. Why are you practicing witchcraft on yourself? Why are you creating thoughts and feelings of shame, guilt? Oh, this is, but what the fuck are you doing? If you know you're the one who's pushing off all these influences, Why are you using your own mind to negatively influence yourselves? And that's the reverse psychology that religion got people inside of. It got people hating on themselves, not loving themselves. And that's what these damn warlocks and these damn goddamn sorcerers fucking created. Because where do you think they got this shit from? They got it from you. They got it from me and you. We got the charismatic gifts. Not these people. Fuck them people. Real shit. But it's a war. And it's a fucking war. And that's how it's always been. That's how it always will be. Because once you goddamn evolve, and you see the little stupid shit that as a spirit you could be doing that's blocking you from being on a higher evolutionary path, it's just like, it's beyond love and hate. It's beyond these things. It's just like, it really is be equilibrium. It really be balance. And that's the thing that most people just don't know what the fuck anything about. So they deify, they create yin and yang symbols. They get together in yoga pantses, do little lotus poses. Like, if you understand what you're actually doing, then mad respect. If you don't know what you're doing, and you're using a shape and an image to appear like you're wiser than you are, and you're actually being used by the shadow government to mislead people, okay, then that's a fucking problem. Because you got a bunch of sheep following you, and you're trying to eat the goddamn herd. Like, mentally and physically, you better believe it. Hashtag adrenochrome, real shit. But yeah, so we got like I said, different expressions of the 360. They get these different chakras, different names. You know, you can call your desires in the Bible the snake, blah, blah, blah. It's different forms you can give these things. And you can actually start seeing these things in your dream because you're programming your reality. So we got math calculation systems of understanding what numerology, gematria, which is just values and stuff like that, which is just energies and stuff like that. AKA what? Basically, language systems that are letters and numbers that are expressions of what? The monad, what we talked about earlier. Day and night, heaven and hell, angelic and demonic, night and day. What is that? 5 a.m. To goddamn all the way back to 6 p.m. And then get another cycle. That's 12. And then another one. And then another one. And that's like 24 hours or whatever the fuck. But the point is, I don't even know if I said that right, but who gives a fuck? The point is, we're creating a tracking system to track a cycle that is overlaid. So just like how you have a cell inside of a cell, just like how you have a room inside of a room, we're in a space outside of bigger spaces, and we're just outlining these things. Oh, this is the north, south, because we need to understand where the prime meridian is. Because a lot of these temples that you see, a lot of these mosques, maybe not the modern day ones, a lot of these churches are based on like ley lines, based on directing energies. A lot of these, like, even I don't know if y'all saw there was a church video that made it. I was at a church in Montreal. And when I was looking at how the church was set up, because it was facing like northeast slightly, but it was still like facing north, but it was facing like, well, not northeast, northwest, slightly, but it was still pointing north. And you know what Lucifer said in the Bible? Lucifer said, I want to sit at the side of the north and shit like that. Now, I don't know what that means particularly. I'd have to go back and read it. But to me, that's just mean understanding that we're the invisible pillar, understanding balance and stuff like that, and that we're invisible. And we watch these shifts of logic and feelings, and we are not those things, but we're shifting. Our spirit is creating those things and shit like that. The better we can balance those things and not let those things pull us. Because it's your space. You utilize it how you want to use it. That's all it is. You have females that will honor themselves, have dignity, have an experience of, in my perception, I guess, marriage. I think that's a great thing, depending on the situation, times and stuff like that, of course. Or you can decide to be like a prostitute and give your body for like no important reason, because that's not, I don't know, I don't think that's no space that anyone actually wants to be in. That's like some shit that the world put you in. That's some shit that you put yourself in because you don't think you're good enough or some shit. Because that can't be like a place that's something, I don't know. Hey, there's all types of different spirits out there, and I ain't hating, because, you know what I'm saying, hey, people got they rituals, people got they spells, and hey, people do them, you know what I'm saying? Real shit. What else we got? So, I'm not gonna really go more into it. I'll just simply say that you got bastardized languages, the name Allah, Jesus. Understand what it's pointing to. Don't get lost in the language. All these things are just retarded. It's just getting lost in schematics, mathematics. You know how many forms of schematics for cars that you can build? And you see how many different company brands there are? What you think a religion is? A religion is a brand. A political party is a brand. But based on what though? Then you understand that. You understand that you're already a brand yourself. You understand that you have been branded already by the blessings of the monad. We'll just call it that way. Which are full of, not blessings. Blessings can be less. But it's like vices, virtues, and you got these things aligned, and these things create certain pressures, and these things have certain passages, and these things are exposed to certain things, and it's like, it's all types of shit, man. You know how you experience reality. You know your space. You know how you experience certain people, experience certain food, experience certain religion, but you can justify having a bad experience in those things via a form of logic. You can tell yourself, you can have a friend, and you can be like, oh, I gotta be a good friend. I gotta help this friend. But this friend could be wasting your time. This friend could be wasting your money. This friend could be just a waste of your damn life. This friend could be just an energy vampire. This friend could be a living goddamn form, living off of your energy, taking that shit, trying to look like you somewhere else, without giving you any type of fucking credit. You know how many, you know how many times that shit happened to me? Goddamn, I have to learn. I'd be like, fuck this shit. Because when you have an original thought, your thoughts and feelings are not going to look like this world. You might not even want to express that shit. You might just want to decide like, nah, I want to receive information via the exoteric. But that's lostness, because we all already received this information. You can acquire this information whenever you want to. Ain't no secret. Someone just created the world as a secret. But what does that mean though, really? It's like, think about it like this, right? It's like, yo, don't tell nobody else what's going on. In some situations, you might know what's going on. You might be dealing with a crooked cause. So you might need to know, what dagger is this person hiding behind his back? He's shaking my hand, but he's got a dagger behind his back. Hold on, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? There's people that want to be your friend, but they're really like your friend enemies. All types of shit, like real stuff. But yeah, it's all just deifying, anthropomorphizing. Like, we all have the ability to do that. Ain't nothing special. Like, so I really don't understand it. Like, I can sit here and tell you, make a song right now, freestyle and shit, tell you like, the Son of God, Jesus has come and has given vitality to the land through the luminous light, blah, 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 blah. But what does that mean? I'm talking about the sun. I'm talking about summer and spring. I'm masking it. I'm saying, no, this is the will of my disembodied mind. This is the will of my deity, and it made the sun rise. But that's what the sun do anyways. So it's mathematics, it's religion. And then I can make scriptures about it, tell you, yeah, my God gives life. My God, and you could be like, oh, look, he's right. The son really did do that. And what if he was born in that indoctrination already? And he was like, oh, wow, man, these things was already here way before these logical observations. These are just things we started doing to map out parameters and stuff like that. But yeah, humanity lost, but we're gonna get up and out of there, motherfucking together. Peace out.